92.2.
Well, State House Choir there, getting us to the moment. Couldn't believe that Honorable Kimani here could as well sing. I knew we all got to that level of singing, a moment of reflection, an emotional moment, a beautiful moment to say, you know, celebration of life happening at the State House in Nairobi right here. Officially the body of the former president, late Emilio Stanley Mwai Kibaki, loaded on the gun carriage and set to proceed to the Nyayo Stadium. Slightly late than what the program read, but all the same within the presence of the aspect of time. At 9 a.m. this procession was to depart State House for Nyayo National Stadium. Around 10 a.m. arrival of ambassadors and high commissioners, principal secretaries, judges, members of the National Assembly, senators, county governors, the cabinet judges of the Supreme Court, heads of arms of government, and the deputy president. At around 10:20 a.m. arrival of visiting of heads of state and government, speaking of which the Queen of England, or the Queen of the United Kingdom, also the leader of the Commonwealth countries, has sent her, you know, condolences as well, acknowledging and appreciating the contribution of the fallen soldier that is Mwai Kibaki. At 10:30 a.m. arrival of President Uhuru Kenyatta and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces, accompanied by the First Lady, that is Margaret Kenyatta. The national anthem then is to be played as the EAC anthem. That is the East African anthem as well. At around 10:45 a.m. the state reception of former President Mwai Kibaki's funeral procession, guard of honor, troops in line, procession to the altar, head of state, CDF, VCDF and SVC. Commands witnessed the mounting of the casket on the catafalque, a paying of last respect by visiting heads of state. At 11 a.m. the state funeral service, requiem mass in celebration of the life of President Mwai Kibaki, celebrated by His Grace Archbishop Philip Anyolo, assisted by His Grace Archbishop Martin Ithuva, and will also be having the tributes trickling in at around 1 p.m. This is a session that we are following up on closely as we keep you up to tabs, live pictures from State House, as well as what is happening at the Nyayo Stadium. We have our very own Mwangi Maina following up on this proceeding from the area of the State House, as well as David Mudhoka, who's on standby at the Nyayo Stadium and will be going through this, you know, live coverage of the same up until the end. Let's go back to the guests. That I'm humbled and grateful that they have spent their time with us today. It's you know, an official holiday. For some of us would have chosen to stay at home and watch this from television, but you have, you know, in your own respect, found time to be here to speak of this, you know, the beautiful moment, probably just for us to commemorate before we get to come to a close. We'll start with you, Peter.
Okay, thank you very much. Mine is to thank TV47 because the audience and also the democracy that they are exhibiting, whereby
Linda, I'm not hearing what is happening. The voice is too low.
We might need to adjust that. Please, Mr. Director, kindly adjust that for Mheshimiwa to be able to sit down. Proceed.
Okay, thank you very much, Linda. Mine, first of all, is to say thank you to TV47 for it's a station that we have been watching. It's growing very fast because of allowing the opinions, different opinions, the ideas whereby we are feeling that opinions are not welcomed, but I think that's a starting point, and that's what we should learn from the former President Mwai Kibaki, who we can be able to give examples on how he embraced different opinions. Secondly, I wish to thank my party leader, His Excellency the Deputy President, whom I think and I'm sure he is learning from Kibaki, and he has exhibited such characters mostly on being resilient and also being accommodative to all people with different opinions, and also in the leadership he has shown on our party. I remember the person that we were contesting with recently. It was a bit hard for us to reconcile, but him taking personal responsibility to go to meet him, to talk with him so that we can be able to move together. Those are the things that we are looking for in leadership and things we are borrowing from the departed leader, Hero. The other thing I wish to call upon our leaders, crippling institutions, the constitutional institutions does make you powerful. It just make your legacy have a lot of defaults. For example, Kibaki never crippled any institution. He allowed all the institutions to work, and that's why you could find like a ministry, the issue of performance contract made a lot of impact on issue of deliveries. But you could find now, whereby because the ministry of a powerful person is the last in the performance contract rating, they say they should not be rating, and we kill the institution. That's not what we should do. Like now, whatever we were about to do to kill the judiciary. Judiciary is the one of the arms of the government that keeps the government in toes, and also that is the safe area for the person who has no strength. Therefore, I wish on the leadership to come. Let's embrace all institutions and arms of government with all the strength. Let's empower them. And the head of state should understand it is his responsibility to give institutions power.
Right.
And I think he should be able to understand that whenever they are powerful, they might be able maybe to castigate him or challenge him. But the power of that institution is the power of the country, like our parliament. Our parliament, I'm fearing a lot because the thread we are moving with the parliament, like recently the country was in great crisis. You could find parliament could not talk. The crisis of fuel, but nobody has been summoned. The president might not be able to work to summon those CSs and PSs or whoever. But if the parliament is powerful, can be able to censor a CS and can be able even to impeach a CS. Therefore, they will feel responsible. But now, whenever you fight because of some deduction payments which has not been done to marketers or whatever, the country get to a halt. Therefore, I wish, as Kibaki was doing, let's allow independent institutions to work. Let's not feel whenever we cripple those institutions, that's when we get power. Immediately we keep the institutions, we make the country weak. And whenever the country gets weak, the country will never move in any direction. Therefore, me, what I'm looking forward to the leadership that is about to come. Let's strengthen all the institutions, however they will challenge us, but it will make us work harder.
Couldn't agree more, and we have seen how well, stable democracies have managed to set their institutions such that it doesn't matter who comes into power. Things in most cases will always be in check. And in the spirit of Pan-Africanism, the spirit of the East African integration, our brothers in Tanzania as well join us in mourning, declaration of 2 days mourning, 29th to the 30th of 2022. As days of national mourning for Tanzania, in also joining us to celebrate the life of former President Emilio Stanley Mwai Kibaki. This declared by President Mama Samia Suluhu, and so we thank them for that, as well as we get all this across all. We have the Mwai Kibaki Hospital officially also being celebrated, and what the building that we have at the Mount Kenya as well, Mwai Kibaki building. All this in commemorating him. Things which in most cases he would never have wished for, wasn't so big about. But then we thank God, and we know that the level 6 has been changed. That is Udaya level 6 has been changed to officially Mwai Kibaki Hospital. Those are some of the things that are done to commemorate this. And we all agree that at some point in time we have seen him say that, what he really is not excited about having, buildings, roads, roads and all that being named after him, but it is only fair that we take that moment to say asante sana mzee for what it is that you have done for the nation. At least we need to have something that will be historic for purposes of the children that will be coming in future, to know that at some point in time there was this person that really was committed to make the best of the country. Honorable Sankok, I know I took it from you, and it's only fair that we take that the mantle to you.
I really want to leave because
yes. You're proceeding there. Okay.
And I have a very crucial meeting for Labor and Social Welfare Committee.
All right, proceed. Your parting shots as we release you.
I just want to give my parting shot, and thank you, Linda, for hosting us. And,
thank you.
Again, I want to tell the country that there is a lot we can learn from Mwai Kibaki. And the issue of hypocrisy, let us leave the issue of hypocrisy. Please let us celebrate life, and let us not allow those who made the leadership life of Mwai Kibaki very difficult to shed crocodile tears, because surely there is the person who used the bridge of dead bodies to get half of the Kibaki government, and is crying the loudest. And the same person who coined the 41 against
Honorable Sankok, how about we shelve politics for a moment?
Against Kibaki and his tribe is the person who is crying the loudest. In fact, if Julius Malema was a Kenyan, he will have said, Mzee, give us a signal on how to deal with such pretenders, such sellouts. But anyway, because he's not here, we will like people to celebrate the life of this great man without any iota of hypocrisy at all. And I would like my party leader, that is His Excellency William Ruto, to learn from this great man, because he's the leader that we can say is actually a reincarnation of Kibaki.
Hello? Yeah? A technical hitch?
Is formerly known.
There's a bit of a hitch, Honorable Sankok, but we are grateful that you were part of this session, yes, and the contribution. And as we let you go, we say asante sana, as we look forward to also have you some other time. While it is a game of politics, we all say that for a moment we shelve this, but again, we do not run away from speaking our very own, truth or our minds, because after all, it is a space that has the essence of liberty, which is very, very important. It's on rare occasions that you'll find people who speak the truth after all, and when they do it, they would be castigated. We are not in the business of castigating, we are in the business of saying that it is a life that we celebrate. Honorable Korea.
Today I'm looking at the pictures and as a streaming in of this colorful ceremony. And it's slow, and it's the very big way we're building the confidence I have in our country. That within a very few days after the announcement of the death of His Excellency Mwai Kibaki, we've been able to bring up such a great team of men and women to have such a spotless, such perfect send-off ceremony. We've seen roads in Uthaya being made almost overnight. And this really speaks that if we wanted things done correctly in this Kenya, it's actually possible. If you're able to meticulously plan for such a beautiful occasion, even having roads made and all these things done, then it means that with the correct spirit, with the correct leadership, with a combination of the different skills that you have of our great Kenyan men and women,